And we're live. Santosh, what's up, my friend? Hello. Hi, Z8phyR. Good podcast streaming. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Santosh, thank you for tuning in. Of course, always appreciate it. Hope you're having a beautiful day. And hello out there, everybody who has decided to stop by and see what I'm up to. Well, you heard it. This is what we're up to today. We started this yesterday. Um, we took an old song that we made before. We grabbed information from it, the song information, like chords and the bass and all that. Sort of started doing different stuff to it, and we're turning it into something good. So, welcome back. Sit back, relax. Let's make some good music. Let's send out some good vibes. Let's bring some positivity to the world. I can do it. Thus, I know you can do it. Let's all do it, right? Let's give the world something good, something amazing to, lift up some spirits, bring some good vibes, to do the best we can do. Yeah. So that's pretty much all that I'm doing today. Working on this and a couple other things, but mostly just this. And we will see how far we can go. This is more like an arrangement day. Did a lot of concept work on this one yesterday, so today we can do some arrangement and some more producer things. See how far we can get. Hopefully we can get a nice little arrangement going. At least get it arranged to the bridge, to the outro. We'll see. We'll try to pick it up though. We'll try to see what we can do. Um Otherwise, I'm gonna poll you guys here for a couple of things. One for the name of the album, and then two. That's it. I guess probably preferred streaming locations. I'm sure most people will prefer me to stream on YouTube, that watch on YouTube, but I'm also considering streaming on Twitch again. I enjoyed streaming on Twitch as well, so yeah, we'll see. It's no biggie. Regardless, we're here, we're ready, we're motivated. We want to create something that can spread the good vibes to the world. Um, you know, there should be more of this, so I'm trying to be more of what I want to see in the world, and good. And that's it. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave it in the chat or leave a comment in the video if you're watching this after it was aired. Uh, Let me know what's going on. Let me know your question, and I'll do my best to answer. Yep. Hope you guys are enjoying the holiday month. I always felt like December is just the holiday month. It's when all the Christmas trees are up, all the lights are out, the boulevard of lights are everywhere. People checking them out. I've got my Christmas decoration going over here. So, it's just a festive kind of mood always for the month of December. So, anyways, I'm going to go back into this project. I will continue to try to speak my thoughts as I create. Also, I'll sip some coffee here and listen to what we got. Heard this last night. I was really excited to come back and work on this one today. I really like the energy that's going on. And I do like that it's a little different than Layla's Love, like the original. So, but there's still hints of it in there. So I don't know what I'm gonna name it if we do finish it, but I think we have like Layla's like Fire or something, like give it some kind of, secondary sort of name. But I really like it. I like the way it's sounding. I can't wait to start these arrangements. Start the whole, um, like separating the elements and putting them in there and stuff like that. It's really fun. Everything about this is really fun too. So thank you guys for being a part. Thank you for being here and being part of this while I'm doing this. I do appreciate the company and happy you're here. And shout out to all you guys that sit and lurk and just listen. I do appreciate you. I don't always like tune in, like see who's all doing it, but I still know like there's people that come in from time to time and are like They don't chat or anything. They're just kind of chilling. I wanted to know I appreciate you. That's all. That's all I really want to say. Otherwise, have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Stay awesome out there, and we will get some. Ooh, nah. We'll get some good music made. All right, here we go. Yo, Blake, what's up, my friend? Hey, Z8, I'm here to lurk again. All right, lurk away, my friend. Always welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're having a good one. We're just getting started. I haven't even done anything yet. I listened to this last night and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be really fun to keep working on. I think before I left, I was working on the percussions. So I might do some work on those. Sticking these in here somewhere, and then we'll just go from there. But yeah, hope you're doing good, Blake. Thank you, my friend, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Always. What is on the horizon for us is to arrange this and see if I can make some cool little percussive elements in this as well. Stretch this a little here. Maybe we can stretch it out a little bit. Boom. Looks more proper. Yeah. And this can go back a little. And I'm just sort of lining them up with the grid lines here. This keeps it from being offbeat, basically, you know. Otherwise, I only have 4 percussive elements. Fine. Oh, no, this is like this is the same one. Yeah, I only have 4. Another beauty for sure. Thanks. Appreciate you. Thank you. We sure hope so. We hope it's something good for the peeps, for the listeners. May it be something good. I got an idea. Just keep that one there and use that as my, we'll see. Let's mute this up here a little bit. I always think you should be able to like click and drag to like mute things, multiple things. Just click and drag down. That'd be cool. Yeah. All right. Maybe what I want to do here for this one is kind of EQ some of that, like EQ out that, like, I don't know, that noise. This noise. I don't like it. So we just put a little, open up an equalizer and just kind of cut it out. See that? So like take it here without, with. It's gone, and the reason why I want to do that is because it's sort of interfering with the way these sound. And I do believe that this is actually not like on alignment, which is not, it's okay, but it's not, Yeah, it's not. Actually, it needs to be aligned at least within an 8 bar, 16 bar like thing. Yeah. So what I want to do then, I do like it, but it needs to be a little bit um more. Okay, actually, bring that back. We can erase all these, and then what we can do here is just do this, boop, and then that will make it even Stevens. I can do something like this, keep it all, and then that's better. Whoa. That's like clashing with the kick. Maybe. Yeah. I don't even know if I like this little swoop here, to be completely honest with you. So what we'll do is just cut it out. Boop. Gone. Nope. We don't want you. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And that's just one little percussive element here. Okay, Control S here to save. We have everything already separated. Melody here. Okay. Everything is good. Let's see why we don't like this ARP here. Let's see. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this in the middle somewhere here. At least from 2 to like 6. Better than nothing. And then let's take the drum beats along with the effects. And since this already has like a high energy sort of start, and we're kind of copying the whole vibe of the original. Let's do this. Boop. Boop. Look at that. Okay. And we're copying the whole vibe of like the original. We'll start out something like this. And then I remember like the original started with the ARPs doing their thing. So we will keep that going as well. Let's bring that back here. Maybe we'll keep that and we'll make this like an intro ARP. So we'll just make this unique and do something special, different with it there. Take this off, and then I'm thinking maybe what we'll do here is just make it like more intense at the lower end of that. Sort of just kind of like doing huge moves here. Do something like that. And then I don't know if I want like a little intro, like the bass like this. Control B here to duplicate it across. Or if we want to just not do that, you know. Also, this is kind of annoying. I mean, it's fine, but I mean, I'd rather just, I like to have the space in the beginning. It's silly, but it does matter that it's there. That way I can move this like this, and it makes more sense. See? There was like something there was something missing there anyways. So like we had to move it forward. Control B here to kind of put it back in the right spot. Oops, don't do that. And then I do want to like kind of play with the vocals as they're coming in, you know. So I will do something like that. Otherwise, it will be like this. We're going to take the snare out of the intro. Probably a couple of loops. Probably take a couple of loops out from the beginning too. And then we'll delete that. We'll bring this down lower. All right. Maybe we'll do something like that. And then for when more stuff kicks in, we'll double kick it as a I don't know, like a way to feel it out, you know. And then I want this pad to come in too, kind of slowly. So we'll chop this, paste a couple of them out, and now it's just the same note being repeated. We'll go to the mixer. We'll open a love filter on it. Right click the presets button, go to filter and simple low pass. This little X knob is what we care about mostly. So we're going to turn it all the way up to the right. Right click it and create automation clip, which opens up this cool little automation section, which it disappears. I love when that happens. It's because it's just the way my mixer, my playlist is set up. It does that. Anyways, we're going to bring it all the way down to the bottom so the filter is off, or I guess all the way on, and slowly deactivate the filter as it rises up into the next section, you know. And then what I'll do here, and it looks like since there's like a long a long attack time, I selected all those clips that I did it and Control G to group them together. Then I will click on this and I'll select all these right here, and you can see the little spaces in between each one of them. Just Control click drag on all these and Control G. If it don't work, Control L and then Control G. Reason why like Control G may not work is because if there's a little bit of space, you can see that little bit of space. There's just a little bit of space and they're not actually touching like this. It won't group the notes together. And that's why what we do to fix that is just hit Control L. And it'll actually, you know, make them all touch and connect. After that, then you can Control G to group everything together. So now it's one whole 8-bar note. And what this does is it just keeps it from like the attack time from attacking again, so it doesn't like drop. The note stays sustained throughout this whole 8-bar section, or 16-bar, 8-bar. This is 8 bars. Yeah, this whole 8-bar section has a sustain on it, so that's what we want. Looks like it don't stay sustained though. Wonder why not. Maybe we'll chop it right here so it just starts back over. I kind of didn't want to do too much of that because it has such a long release and attack on it that doing that, you'll hear the like restart of the when it gets started again. But it's okay. And then I could turn this down a little bit here. Whee. Maybe what I'll do with the vocals then is we'll kind of do the same thing. We will low pass those vocals in. Maybe we could low pass them or high pass them, but we'll start with low passing. right click, open up a low filter on your mixer, right click the arrow, filter, simple low pass, find this X knob, turn it all the way up to the right, right click, create automation clip, close out of that, you're done. It should be automatically placed underneath, but if not, make sure it's underneath your channel that's being affected. Go ahead and plot a point to the right of where you want it on at, and put a point to the bottom of where you want it to be completely on. And right there, and then we could drag it down just to make it look pretty. That part it's kind of irrelevant. I just do that stuff because I want to. Anyways, what you'll see is it'll make the vocals kind of come in sort of like behind the door, behind the room, and then slowly come to like full frontal volume. Okay, I like how that's kind of starting up. And then what we're going to do here, of course, is what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to Control G to group this. That way I don't have to like keep fighting it. And I think that's something new. You used to not be able to do stuff like that, but FL has definitely been sort of improving what they do. Okay. So we are going to just take the beginning stages of this chord here, which we can look at our bass line and see how it works. Yeah, I just took the beginning of the bass line, so the first, bar basically of the chord is all we want, and that's fine. Yep, so we just want just this bar right here. Control B, Control B, Control B, till we get it to the end. And then maybe what we could do is delete this last little bit and drag it over. Sort of. And in fact, we could probably do that for the middle of it too, like this. And then what I'll do here is I'll click this little automation clip, and we're going to make it unique because I want this to be a little bit lower. So sort of like leading up to the like fast-paced version of how we're going to have the song going. So it's going to start out real low at first, do its little thing. Oops. So I'll just kind of pull these handles down here a little and make it a little bit like the filter doesn't turn on quite as high. Just delete. Turn this. There we go. Let's do something like this. And if they're like on top of each other, then it's not a big deal. And then we can kind of turn this one up higher as it goes, because that signifies the end of this little intro portion. Otherwise, everything else should be okay. We could do the same thing with the ARP. We can kind of turn the ARP down, bring it over here, and have it like kind of zip up to the top as well, kind of slowly grow, since that's sort of our whole like spiel. A big thing that's going on though is this. We really like this, so I want to Control G. Oops, Control G to merge all these together, because I just don't want this like sporadic kind of nonsense going on. You can keep it like that if you want. If you know you're gonna probably do some like changes to it, you're more than welcome to just keep it this. Like you don't have to group it together. But I already know I kind of want to do a little like different stuff to it, so we're just kind of going with that. Also, I really like the way this thing sounds, so I'm gonna probably start off the intro with it. Yeah, I kind of want like a lower pad. Let's just delete that. Okay. I want the chords to not even be heard until later on. So what we're going to do is high pass those in slowly over the course of the intro. And I'm going to do that by doing the same thing, opening up a love filter on the mixer track, right clicking the presets, arrows, and going through filter and go to simple high pass. Turn the knob all the way to the left this time, since it's a high pass. Right click and create automation clip. If it's all the way to the left, that means it's going to be off by default. So turning it all the way up is what's going to turn it on. So what we'll do here is we'll have it like slowly turn off as the song kind of progresses in. And, you know, we could like have it turn on when we're doing other stuff. But anyways, you'll see it. It's better heard and explained, you know. So like it comes in like you can't even hear it at all here because it's completely high passed. But then once you get to like right to this point between 20 and 21, we start hearing it, and then here's when it's like it's all the way on. So like a couple of things we can do is like have it kind of linearly. It's a hard word to say. Sort of go in, but I wanted to click this middle tension point thing here, and just kind of like make it come in a little bit harder at the end, so it's like it's more of a slow intro, and then as it gets to the end, it sort of really picks up speed. And then, I mean, since this is already like you really can't hear it already, you know, like it's kind of irrelevant of it doing all this silliness. But we could just kind of keep it down like that, and then maybe I can play with these a little bit until it sounds right. It's honestly the best advice I could give you. Okay, we're gonna middle click this. Middle click is a fast way to pull up the renaming thing. And just make sure we name this chords 1, like high pass. Name it something that you'll recognize and you can understand. So once you start having all these extra automations come through, and we know this is the pad 1, a low pass. Same thing, right click C is how I'm naming it super fast. Vocal 1, middle click this, vocal 1, low pass, right click C, boom, kind of makes it the same color, which is why I do like the color coding type of like, I don't know, playlists, to call it that. It's for that reason. Color coding it just helps your brain not have to like think about it. Like, what is that? And then you have to sort of go through like a guessing game of what it is. If you got to play these guessing games with yourself while you're producing, it's just basically going to slow you down. And you don't want to like slow down if you can help it. Obviously, you can only go as fast as you can go. But if you can not slow down having to worry about what this is going and what that's doing, then it really helps you focus on like the meat of what you're doing, production. Okay, so I'm sort of at a unsure how I want to do this piano. I like it. I don't know if I want to like have it like sort of sneak its way in like this, and then that's it. And then as we do this little piece here, like the actual like verse, so I'm gonna rename this and just call it verse. It doesn't matter what you call it, just call it something that makes sense to you. And then we'll rename tab 6 and call it bridge. We don't know if it's really gonna be the bridge or if it's really not, but it's just something to kind of, so that way we know where our breakpoints are and we know where we want like the changes to happen, especially like extreme sort of changes, like say from like an intro where it's just one note playing over and over, and then it goes into the actual progression. I would constitute that as being a change, some sort of change in your song. So, that's why I sort of label those two, because like from here to here, we're going to basically prep the listener that this is about to happen in some form or fashion. Or you could surprise them with it, but at least you're aware of it and you're going to try to surprise them with it. Then you can do that. You don't surprise yourself trying to surprise them with it, Okay, so erase some of the nonsense that you don't need quite yet. If stuff muted that you're not using, you're not going to use, then don't worry about it. We don't want the chords to come in quite yet. Not the chords, but the piano. And I don't want, as soon as this verse hits, I don't want the snare to be hitting. So I'm just going to erase that snare. And maybe even like the hat, we could maybe do like the first 4 bars. We can like have no hats playing. Nothing like that playing, we can sort of play around here. Same thing, this is stuff like, this is where it's fun, you just sort of play around, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then add or delete. But I think that's pretty much what I want to do to kind of get things going. I do want the vocals to come in sort of like on the second little 16 here, and then I also want this to not do the drop down where it drops down for like a B section. I don't want that drop down to happen till later on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut this in half, since it's both the A and B portion. I mean, because like technically I don't show it, but technically this whole long bass portion is actually like a 2-part progression. There's a upwards progression, and then there's like a B, like a lower progression. And we're sort of just going to stick with that theme, But in the beginning, since we're still sort of introducing the listener to all the elements, you don't have to drop it all off at once. We can just sort of kind of keep it going with the same progression. And in such, since I've arranged and done everything in such a way, I have to make sure everything else is not, like the chords and the pads, they're not dropping down to that B section just yet. So, and the real way to like know if you like it or not is just listen to it. You might not like it, and you might say, "Hey, I actually want it to be, A B A B A B like that," or you could just just change it on the fly. Like it's not like that serious, but just know that's what I'm doing on my end. And if you're the creator, you can do whatever you really feel like you want to do. And then I think for like when the bridge outro of the first little section happens, so we'll just say verse outro for this like this little tag here. I want this to kind of keep repeating itself as far as like the B section. So, and kind of the opposite of what we did for the beginning of the verse side, where we had just the A part of the bass. And I'm sorry if this is confusing, trying not to be confusing, but I'm not exactly, like, I don't know how to explain this that easy. I'm just doing the best I can. But I figured if any attempt at explanation is better than none at all. So anyways, yeah, so I'm just kind of taking the B side of all that, and then we'll see how this sounds. Yeah, it's sort of working, and then kind of as it's leaving and as things are ending, we're taking elements away. You know, we're starting to take elements away. And yeah, that'll bridge out, and then we'll do like, you know, like cute little stuff here, just something interesting, I guess. And then also for the bridge, I always turn the sidechain off, so that way, like, it's sort of like a release. Sidechain adds like this sort of invisible tension to the song. I'd say invisible, but it's really not invisible. But you know, you're not intentionally like adding tension. The sidechain itself is putting the tension into it. So when that bridge hits, it sort of releases this tension on the song, and the listener gets released subconsciously as well. And it really makes the bridge portion of it kind of hit harder. Because it releases me when I hear it. I'm like, oh, I just sort of like just melt, you know, like relax. And then it's time to enjoy whatever I got going on. HKJ, what's up, my friend? Says, hey, Z8, what's up, dude? Nothing much over here. We're just arranging, getting things going. I'm attempting to explain my thought process as I'm going through this. Not doing a very good job, but hey, we're doing the best we can. Everything's good though. Everything's good. I can't complain. How are you doing? All right. So yes, this pad thingy, and so as I'm going into the bridge, and I know a lot of this is like, oh, you know, you're not like playing this too much. You know, you're not playing it out as you're doing this. Like, how do you know it's gonna sound good or not? You know, and you if you know what we had our concept, right? You know, we know what our concept was. We know that was our concept. Nice having you again. Hey, thanks. Right back at you. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. I really appreciate it. We know what our concept sounds like, right? Like we went through all the trouble of creating it and doing it, so we know pretty much what at every point what's happening. So that's why we know, like, all right, well, we know it's gonna sort of have this little B section playing, and it's gonna do that, and you want the arrangement to sort of follow whatever you have going on in your head, however you want it to sound in your head. This is, you have creative freedom here, so you don't have to follow like the rules per se. Just know what they are and then work your way around them. So like, if you want to change this up and make it like more energy, less energy, maybe you want to like do something crazy, raise the tempo, change the pitch, anything like that. There's ways you can do that in any song, and knowing how to do these things is what enables the producer to be really savvy at doing that. I could do a lot of things. I just like to carry the music this way, which is why I do carry it this way. But you could definitely go extremes. I mean, I could go even crazier. But I always like this like smooth sort of transitional melodic kind of flow. That's sort of my style. And I really like people though doing different things with their style, not just following a specific recipe book of how to do it. There's always like things you're going to do similar, and it's just like, alliteration to like cooking or something. Like, you're always going to add salt. You're always going to add pepper, you're always going to have to heat the pan up, you're going to have to do these things. And that's the same thing with music. You'll have to, have some melodic kind of elements. You'll have to have some sort of rhythm. But how you do it, that's what makes it really cool. So that's how we know like this bridge is going to sound the way it sounds. we know what we're doing as far as that goes. And then I had this little piece here that we did in the concept stage that we're like, yeah, we want to put this in here. I don't even remember what it sounds like. It's nothing. Oh, it's muted. Oh yeah, it's the original like bridge thingy. So yeah, we know that's gonna go in there, and like we know that this is the B section being repeated out. So what I'm going to do, put that back, is make the sustained whole long form. I do this. I pretty much always do this for like my bridges. I like to make a like let's make this unique. I'm learning. See, make that unique first, and as like every time you hear one of my songs, you know it's coming. So anyways, what we're going to do here is we're going to Control A to select them all, Control L to legato, which makes them all connect and touch each other, and then Control G. It's a really like powerful 3-step shortcut for like making your MIDIs long form, because you could do it for anything. Anyways, Control L, Control G, done. Just that. Control L, Control G makes them all. It's really fast, really simple, and then Control X, Control V to put it on another new pattern. It's like all these are like, a lot of these are blank, so don't think like I have all of them filled up. They're just there if I need them. It's like template. It's a template. If you need it, use it. If you don't. You can even delete it. Like I probably don't need a third bass. I just delete it, anyways, what we'll do, in fact, what I'll do though, instead of making a whole new patch, I'm just going to clone this first patch. So I'll Control X, Control V here, delete the second one. Yeah, that's fine. Just I'll middle click, right click, and delete. And we'll have the second patch, and then I can just be a little bit more like free with it, but it's still in the same sort of register. And for designing this, I'm gonna just take the filter envelope amount so it's not plucking like so much, and turn the pluck decay length all the way up. And give it a little bit of attack, like 10-20 milliseconds attack. Turn the release down a little bit too. You don't really need the release. Like it'll start phasing and messing with itself, so you don't want them like conflicting too much. And I just mess with these subharmonics a little bit. Just whatever sounds good. There's no like really rhyme or reason what I'm doing here. And I don't know, like it seems like it has a little bit too much information. I might turn the filter frequency down. Oh, I do have a compressor going on here. Let's just put it on warming. All right. Let's see how that sounds. It's kind of close. We're just kind of just playing around and seeing what we're doing. So what I'm gonna do here is I have this little secondary ARP that I'm playing right here. Of course you can't hear it because I have patcher. I have the secondary ARP that I got coming in, and what I'm gonna do, instead of it just like sort of playing together with this first ARP, I'm going to actually like kind of bring it in from the background which is why I opened up this patcher plugin on the mixer. And I have a preset that I've made called fade to reverb. It's really simple. It's just like I just wanted to always, sort of do this. Like, and I usually ended up always like having to do it. And you can like look at this. It's nothing crazy. Anyways, as the reverb turns up, the volume turns down. That's literally it. The volume, as as we're turning up the wet, we're turning down the volume, so that way it's like it's sort of like keeping it from like being overbearing. Anyways, I made this a while ago. I made this years ago, and I just really love the simplicity of it because it just works. Like it's just hard to explain. It just works how I want it to be. Like the decay is up real high. It's made to like be really, really, really verby, really like washed. And so anyways, all that is just to say, and it's hooked to this knob. So like, see, as this goes, as the verb wet goes up, the actual gain is going to go down. See, the dry goes down, which is, that's literally all I have. That's what this invert little plugin's for. And it goes here to that. And then everything goes here. So it's really cool. Like if somebody's interested in this, like this patcher preset, I'll let you have it. Maybe I'll put it on my website for you to take and use, and you can use it yourself. But it's really simple. That's the only reason why. Like anybody could do this in like 5 seconds, to be honest. But sometimes it's a lot more confusing to people. Anyways, I digress. We're going to use this fade to reverb, and we'll actually have it up. So maybe I'll put it in. So we'll actually have it on like halfway. You don't need much, like 35-40%. And then we'll sort of like, as the bridge is coming in, we'll turn that down to 0, and then let it sort of come in a lot more clearer. And we'll play it here. Alrod says, "Hey, what's up? I'm late today." Hey, no worries, my friends. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day and you're enjoying your day as well. We're just working on that song that we started yesterday, and we're sort of in arrangement mode here, and I'm trying to explain my thought process and what I'm doing behind all of this, so that way future producer person can look at this and go, "Oh, that's what he's doing," and know my reasoning behind it. Anyways, hope you're having a great day. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Maybe I'll take this and bring it down. Control down isn't working. Oh, because I was on slice mode. And we'll bring this down, and then I might even like do something different for how this goes, Like instead of it going all the way like this, well, we can keep that. We'll select all this, hit these little 2 arrows, and drag it out like that. And then Control Q to quantize it into the spaces here, so that way it's still sort of on point. And then we'll go from there. Like it's these kind of movements, they're really like habitual for me. I do it all the time. But I do notice, I remember I streamed before and somebody was like, "What are you doing? Like, you're like connecting things and you're doing all kinds of stuff and it doesn't make any sense." So like, and that's why you can, if you look, oh, I didn't save. Let's edit this here. If you look up here at the top, I'm going to move this. I'm going to move these over though. Move them over here. You can see Control, Alt, and Shift. All right, there we go. Now let's save it. How do you save this? Boom. Oh, there we go. Boop. 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 I think there's a way to save it. Save preset as. That's it. That's it. There we go. Yes. All right. There you go. All right. So now you can see. You can see me hitting Control, Alt, and Shift at the top. And that sort of can give you an idea of like what I'm pressing as I'm clicking. I use Control and Shift a bunch, you know. So hopefully if it's too fast or too confusing though, just holler at me and I'll try to explain it a little bit better. So anyways, let's get back into it. So yeah, this thingy is what I want to happen is, as you can sort of hear, you can kind of solo this out too. You can hear it. Well, let's be a little bit more extreme. And it's literally like such a simple plugin, but it just works. I just really love it. We'll watch the stream, which I missed once the live session is over. Okay, no worries, man. Yeah, if you wanna check it out, you can. It's no biggie. We're just sort of producing away, you know. And what I want to do here though is, as this piano is sort of playing out, yeah. As this piano is playing out, I want to, let's just make this unique again, and we can delete all 4 of these. They're just literally the same thing, repeat it 4 times, but I want to do the same thing I did with the bass, which is just take this and drag it out a little bit. And then I will hit Control Q to quantize it, Alt S here to tool up the strumizer. In fact, we'll cancel that and just put it on display. Switch it to pattern, basically. Hit. Yeah, we'll start there. I don't know. It might not be good. Let's see. Let's do this. No. You know what? We're going with it. We're confident. Alt S, accept, which gives it that little strumming action. Which, you know, if you hear my music, I do that a lot. I put these little strumming sounds in it. So anyways, we're going to put the little strum in here. Okay, and then since that little sound is like, it's kind of like whatever, we'll turn it back to we'll fade it back to the reverb so it kind of comes in. And maybe, maybe I'll just have it like sort of not reverbed and then come into the reverb, and then it sort of gets really, really washed in there. And then as it gets washed, it'll sort of like fade away into like, you know, the background. Yeah. Something like that. We can just chop this tails off and bring it back in, and that's pretty much what this is. So I don't know, it's all right. Like we'll keep adding to it here, but so far it's okay. Take this in, and maybe what we'll do is kind of turn down each little phrase a little bit, lower and lower and lower and lower, and then until it's like basically gone. And then we'll also want to do sort of EQ it here, but we're going to add a filter to it. Maybe it's a filter I want, maybe it's something else, but we'll start with filter and I can just change from there. High pass or low pass, I don't think it matters too much. But let's just add a low pass in there for starting out. And then we'll kind of bring it back in as this little piece is here. Also, we'll turn this bass down to like 70% or so. And then, yeah, we could probably bring the bridge, the pads back in too, which I'm thinking of layering these pads a little bit more, like maybe more like mid-range sort of pad sound. But for now, it's fine. We don't care. I'm just kind of in arrangement mode, so I'm not even worried about like them being perfect. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna spread this out across. I'm gonna basically do double the length of this. So yeah, that's pretty good. I do want like probably like a little melody, a melodic sound here. Maybe. Yeah, this is where it gets sort of like you're like super free, just be as free as you want. And then what I'll do is also add a gain plugin, kind of gain stage, the bass right here. Right click, create automation clip on the Fruity Send on the dry. This is just a really fast and dirty way to automate the volume of your plugin without affecting the mixing volume of it. And if the mixing volume it doesn't really ever change or anything like that, then you're welcome to just automate maybe just straight from the mixer track itself. But I typically don't like to automate these unless I don't know, it's like I really need to. Otherwise, I'll always try to go for a send plugin and automate the volume that way. Or you could do it through like you can even automate it through you automate this little thing right here if you wanted to, the main level. You can do, like there's so many ways to automate it. That's just my preference, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm doing that because that's gonna be like one little. This is like, see how I have like a number here. It means like there's gonna be some kind of change here. The last little portion of the bridge is gonna play, and then the high octane action part of it comes back in. You know what I mean? So I'll probably just copy all this. Boop. And bring it over because we know that this is going to come back in. Yeah, we'll just copy that for now. I might switch it up a little bit though, but whatever. It's not. Okay. We need to. All right. I think we got everything. Making big moves here. Hold shift, click and drag. This is always fun because you end up messing something up or taking something off, like it always happens. All right, I just copied this across twice since we've already got it all selected, and we can definitely change things up if we need to. But for now, it's at least there and printed on the screen, and then we can make adjustments. Since we're starting to get the majority of this all sort of arranged, like the wide movements, the wide motions are getting done. We can start getting a little bit more technical and more precise here, where we're like, okay, maybe we want like this piece to like not have a kick, you know. You can sort of zoom in. Right now we're doing like the whole scope of it, and then we'll start kind of working on individual bits. This is why I'm not spending too much time on the bridge, just enough to sort of make me go, ooh, I like that, and then I just kind of move on to whatever the next thing that needs to happen. And this is just the trick for me to keep me from getting stuck in one spot for too long, which I definitely had suffered from before for a while, you know. So for me, it's like don't sit too long on one thing. It's better to just sort of move on to the next whatever it is, and then get that moving, and then you can just go back and go, when you listen to it again, you're like, oh yeah, I wanted to do blah, whatever it was, and then you just do blah. Well, and I know like I want bridge to have really cool long bassy sounds, and then yada yada yada. So we're sort of just doing that. So I'm already bringing other elements in, and this is sort of what I was explaining earlier. How we kind of build the elements in here, and we have things like how I want it, like just like maybe I don't want this to begin happen in the verse. Sort of the same thing. I'm kind of bringing little elements in back before the bridge is completely over. That way you don't have to bring so much stuff back at once into when like the kick starts hitting again. And you could approach this a number of ways, by the way. This is just one way, but basically we're just bringing a few elements in here and there. I do typically like to kind of sort of bring the chords in, even if it's like kind of low and slow, and we'll just high pass those chords back in. Maybe I need to throw a compressor on this bad boy. I was kind of resisting it, but I think it needs one. The chord's a little lackluster. do here is definitely take some of the lower end out of these plucks, just a little bit, a little too bass heavy, I guess. And that's okay, but we don't want too much. All right. So that's basically our bit, and then it's gonna. Oh, I see what I did here. The chords are just playing normally, but the bass here is doing it over. So what we'll do is just. I knew I had something going on here, and then I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be like this. Okay, good. Just a little bit of mix up on my what I was doing here. I was like, something sounds off, and I know what it is. There it is. And then we'll bring the vocals in. We'll low pass and bring those vocals in. As you know, like you see, we're just bringing these elements back in for like it's like a encore. You know, like the encore of everything going on. So we're just keep playing, loving it. Thanks, man. Thanks so much. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. Something's wrong with our little ARP section here, which we gotta fix. I don't know. Sometimes things just flip out. It's weird. There we go. And I think I have a. Okay, I was like, I know I have like a little ARP filter cutoff thingy that happens. Oops. We'll copy paste this. Do. Okay. We are there. I don't know how this bass sort of got a little off kilter there, but that was actually kind of cool. It was kind of cool. Oh, it's because I copy pasted that. All right. So this is like the outro side of things, and which we're gonna just sort of outro it out like this. Boop boop boop. Same thing. Control B here a couple times. Sort of like last hurrahing it, you know, like we're done, sort of. You know, but it's like if you really want to dance it out, this is the time, you know. But you know, it's not like a big whoop. So I'm just sort of adding these little like outro sort of sections. We'll copy. we'll copy this out, and this will be the outro section. So like we start really removing a lot of the elements, you know, like we'll probably remove like the shaker loop and, you know, these little things here. All these will probably end up leaving as we just sort of leave it out at the kick. We'll take the snare away, kick's going, and then that is the end. So we know it's around the end. It doesn't, you know, it may be a little, we may trim it a little bit more, but it doesn't have to be, you know. We gotta end it somewhere. You know, we got to get it somewhere. And if it's not ended, then, you know, we'll just keep going forever. I've had times where I want to keep songs going forever, but I was like, I can't. I gotta pull a stop to it somewhere. Glad to see that other people are loving the mix of Layla's Love. Should be better than the previous version. I don't know, man. Layla's Love's a classic for me, so I don't know if I could ever even top my own song. I like it. But whatever, at least we made like a variation, a version of it. So I think that's cool. You know, I haven't done anything like that in a while. And I was talking about it for a while, so here we are. Eagerly waiting for the mix to get complete so I can play it in the loop. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, as soon as we get it done, we will have it released. Not too long. I mean, you guys are like really early though for this, so like a lot of these songs you probably won't even hear till next year, kind of. Just because things take a while to get from my desk when I'm done to when like you, the listener, can just listen to it and like add it. I mean, I could do things like put it on YouTube, put it on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, but for it to like hit like Spotify and Apple Music and stuff, it takes a little while. Z8, I tried downloading FL and Pro X, but it said not done with my Chromebook. Oh yeah. Yeah, your Chromebook. Okay, your Chromebook is not gonna work with this. This is like Chromebook doesn't use the same operating system as Windows. It's close, but it's not the same. Chromebook is more like a big tablet. So you can only use FL Studio Mobile or a mobile version of creating on things. So unfortunately, HK, it won't work. I'm really sorry about that, but it's out of my control. You know, like I can't give you a workaround besides downloading the mobile version. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. What would be a dream come true for your music? Like hearing it on a certain radio show or being on stage somewhere? Um, I guess for me, I don't know. I think my dream, I don't really have like, I don't know. I'm not like super ambitious with it. I'm just happy it reaches out there. Just knowing that it helped people is honestly all I could wish for. It would be cool, I guess, someday. I don't think it'll ever happen in America. I don't know. I say that, but I don't know. But it'd be cool to like be driving down the street and hear somebody playing that on their radio in their car. That would be like a big bucket list thing with my music. Just like hearing somebody play the song on their radio and like has like I don't know who they are. It's not like I made them do it or anything. They're just like, yeah, man, this is this is cool. This song is awesome. I like it. And then it's me, and I'm like, whoa. I think that would be really cool. Um, I mean, obviously, I guess it's nice if a DJ picks it up or something, like a big DJ. But I don't really know those DJs. Like, I don't really. I'm not like super involved with the scene as far as like. I mean, I know the producers and stuff, but I'm not like. It's not like this really isn't my dream to like be recognized and known amongst those producers and people and stuff and those DJs. It's nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, but it's never like tickled my fancy, you know? Like I've never really cared about it being played in like big clubs and big events and stuff and things like that. Although a lot of other people do. They're like, "Oh, I want your music to be played at like events and stuff." But for me, I think it would be great to just play it at like a beach, maybe in a forest. I don't know, just somewhere chill by the ocean, and everybody has a good time. You know what I mean? Like maybe a bonfire. Uh, I don't know. People doing good stuff, having fun. Like to me, that's about all I could ask for. Um, but I guess a dream come true for my music would be really, really making it how I truly, truly hear it in my head and the way I want it to be made, like that's really what I'm striving for and why I create so much, you know. Uh, I want to, I want to really be able to create something that's just, I don't know, like really deep and emotionally stirring and good. I really want to do that more than anything else. But just being able to create, period, is honestly like, you just you look at this and it's like, oh yeah, yeah, he's doing all this stuff, blah blah blah, blah, and he makes his music and stuff. But like, I couldn't make this at all. I had no idea how to make this stuff. I came at this completely green. Like I had no clue. I knew how to make hip hop beats a little bit. I could sample. I had musical ideas and I exercised those ideas, but I had no idea like how to arrange. I had no idea how to sound design. I had no idea even what progressive house was even meant, like I didn't even know it was a genre for the longest. I just knew I wanted to make something electronic, and then I am. So to me, it's just like this is my dream, is just being able to make this and with consistency, obviously, and honestly making something that's good, that's enjoyable by anybody, and it helps affect somebody positively. That's definitely my goal. Is so I try to put it in my music, like positive vibes. I say it a lot, but I mean it. Like I really want to. I just imagine a world where I'm not here anymore, and this is all that I left behind. Is like this stuff, this music, these streams, these songs, in a place where maybe like a lot of us producers are kind of forgotten, and and we've moved on. But I feel like having this here for at least somebody will be helpful. And I know it's a lot to digest anyways, all these streams. I stream like every day for the past few weeks. And but to me it's like at least one of those is going to reach the right kid who wants to create this, the right person, right lady who's looking to create something different, or just listen to something that's maybe a little bit more uplifting but doesn't have words. Not that I'm against using vocals, but I just think that, not using this instrumental stuff kind of stirs the brain, stirs the mind differently. So your music's playing in my car at least once a week. Oh, well, cool. Thank you. I know it's out there. I'm not like completely naive to it, but I just want to be like traveling or something, and it just happens, you know what I mean? And I'm like, wait, what is that? Do you guys hear that? They're like, what? I don't hear, like, no, 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 that sounds like, I like rush over and this is some dude chilling in his car jamming to it. I just like stick my head in his window, like, that's me you're listening to. I don't know. I don't know. It's just like a vision I always have with my music. I mean, it might happen. I'll be like 60 years old, like way past my producing time, and they're gonna be like, "Who are you?" Like this guy. You don't know who this guy is. I have to like somehow prove it. But I don't know. This has been nice. So thanks for listening. Thanks for playing it in your car, though. I appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, like we got basically the meat of the arrangement out. I didn't work too much on the outro, which we're gonna just kind of do that to it. Yeah, me as well. Always playing new music while I'm riding my bike or while working or gym. That's awesome. Thank you, Hal Rods. I really appreciate you jamming to the music for sure. Like it means a lot to me. It really does, and I really am thankful for it. For anybody, but definitely I appreciate you coming and just letting me know. It makes me feel good as a producer that people listen and support my music. We all hope that it does, We really do. Kind of deep thoughts. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't trying to get too deep, but I was trying to just answer the question uh completely. That makes sense. I'll be in Cali over the weekend, so I'll pump it extra loud. Hey, do that for me, Blake. I appreciate it, my friend. Maybe we'll find a new fan, We'll get some interested party to come over and check it out. I probably won't be me, but I gotta go like to Disneyland um with my sister sometime next year. And I'm thinking about like a way I can like bring some music over, like put it on like a Bluetooth or something and just sort of play it somewhere. It's really be vibing though. It does really be vibing over here in Cali in some places, especially like the coastal cities and stuff. Every time I went to a coastal city in Cali, they are always like usually, typically just having a good time, playing some good music and stuff, which is it makes me feel good because I'm like, man, I can see my music playing around here and stuff, you know. I think that I do think the world needs um more of that stuff, you know what I mean? So I want to bring it to the world for sure. And of course I have like, I'm moody with my music too. Like I have melancholic vibes and very chilled sort of times. LOL, that's where I'm headed. Hey, well, have a great time. Have a great time. Yeah, I gotta go there with my sister and my niece, to just basically hang out. You know, she invited me to hang out. She got the tickets and everything, so I'm locked in. I have to go. And it's fine. I don't mind. It's always good to spend time with fam. So I'm looking forward to it. Um, Page 2, volume. But yeah, I hope you have a good time there, and yeah, let me know how it goes. Let me know, like, you know, tell me the best rides and stuff or whatever. I know it's like multiple things going on or whatever, but you know, let me know so that way I can go with some insider information. I've never been, and I just never really had an interest in going. But it doesn't mean I don't. I wouldn't go. I never could afford it either. Whenever it was a thing to do, so I just didn't do it. You know what I mean? But I mean, I could have afforded it if I wanted to. I just didn't at the time. I kind of hear something I want to put here. And I mean, at this point in the production process as well, this is where you can just, you know, this part of it could take days, you know what I mean? Like it could really take a long time to just sort of fine tune every bit of it. So I usually have like a cutoff date, you know, like, all right, I'm only going to spend a day on this, you know, like I'm not going to just detach this so I can see both the playlist and this at the same time. Let's exit out of this, and then let's see. I might throw that in there. It's gonna have like a vocal sound. My head about this. Oh no! Yeah, that's okay. I know I want to come in sort of like right here, like sort of just a wash vocally sound here. Because the way it, like the piano plus the pad sort of comes in together, it has like, it gives me like it sounds like a vocal sort of. So I'm going to actually accentuate that vocal sound by adding an actual vocal. And then, yeah, this little crash is a little loud, but that's okay. We could just make it unique as a sample and then turn it down like 50%. Solved. Something like this. Okay, there's a couple of things you can do as far as vocal trimming, vocal editing. First thing though is you just wash it in all the nice happy verb stuff you can think of. Verb and delays. Let's see, vocal is 41. So let's go ahead and put that on 41. Boop. Oh, no, we need 42 because 41 already has a bunch of vocal processing done. So we'll throw it in the verb here. And I mean, I'm going to do this one first, but I may end up editing the actual audio sample itself and blurring it, which is just another technique. But this might work too. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't though. We'll add a little bit of delay. And then, and wash it in verb, of course. We'll make it a 4, so it's just like on the beat delay. And then I'm going to listen to it first and see what it sounds like. Okay, I like it. Let's go a little bit more. Crank it up a little bit more. EQ it down. Stretch this bad boy a little bit. Is stretch on? No, it's not. Which I think Shift M is my stretch. Yeah, I need to get used to hitting that again. Okay, it won't work because it's not. It's got to be stretched like normal. Let's see if that works. Boop. It might work. You can get a little crazy with it, like it's okay. And what I might do is actually add a verb before the verb, verb the verb, right? Add some vocals, please. I love it. yeah, I'm adding some. Maybe. We're getting there. Now let's go reverb 2. Let's just keep it classic, right? Lots of decay. Size it up a little bit, and that dries down a little, the wets up. Okay, we're gonna add two vocal variations here. It's the same vocal, just I just moved the pitches of it down, up and down a little bit, just because of this little ending piece right here. So somewhere like right around here. It don't have to be perfect either, since it's definitely gonna be like washed out a bunch, you know. Kind of keep it this way, and then we'll just sort of give it a little bit of a pan. Oh yeah. I'm not done with this. We got to stretch it as well. Changing the mode to stretch, and then let's just stretch it out. And it needs to be on 42 or something, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I like that vocal a lot. I haven't like done something where it's like vocal focused. Like even like the vocals sort of like floating around in the background. I haven't done something like that in a minute. It's because I did it a lot for a while, so I kind of got tired of doing it. So I stopped. I was like, man, it's in like every one of my songs, so I need to like like chill, you know. That's kind of how I was feeling. But I mean, honestly, it's something that like I don't really truly get tired of. I feel like I was like kind of over abusing it too much. But I don't know, I still like it. So there you go, right? And then what we're gonna do is definitely low pass these little loops. So like yo. I'm eating a muffin, by the way. like this. Oh man, I forgot. I forgot my mic was even still on. But I really like that. I don't even know how to explain the what it is, but it's like the drop in the chord progression. I did it in my very first song I ever made too, because it was like, you know, like a big deal for me to. A label asked me, they sent me an email asking me for music, which was crazy. So, you know, like it was kind of a big deal to um create something. And anyways, I don't know, I just resonate with it so much. Z8phyR, do you provide high-res lossless downloads? Ooh, that is a good question. I listen to it via Tidal, but sometimes when I have it on USB drive, I burn it to CD and have a nostalgic physical copy. Yeah, like FLAC or something. E.g., oh yeah, I see it. 192 kilohertz, 24-bit FLAC. Yeah. Um, I I can. I just has to be, I guess, like on request. You know, I try to provide that for people, but it just depends what you want. I can just do it. I can export it. It's just really big, you know. The file's really big. Which I don't mind, but it's difficult to transfer that around. So you'd have to like give me a list or something, and I can go make sure I have FLAC exports of everything. I I was keeping a lot of FLAC exports of a lot of music. Um, then I kind of stopped because it just makes the export time ridiculously long. And I wasn't sure if people really wanted it. You know, like you're one of the first few people that said. I mean, there's a couple of people that said they wanted lossless, like lossless versions of my songs, and I think I've done it for somebody before too. I want to say I'm not positive, but just have to let me know. Like send me an email, um, or a message probably on Messenger or something. You know, connect with me and let me know which songs. If you have a specific idea of which ones you want, I can probably just do that for you. Probably won't be an issue. Just the files are really big, so like I'll do it for you. You download it, and then I have to like delete it to save space off of my my drive, my cloud drive. But I can definitely do that for you, Arnis. Z8phyR@hotmail.com. Email me the list of songs you want. If I have them, I will. If I don't have them or don't have a way to do it, I'll let you know as well. But I think I do. I think I like a lot of them. I was exporting the FLACs just because. Let me see here. Do 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 do. Like let's do. It has to be a song that I did like a personal release. Let's see. I definitely have done it just for like my own stuff. No, no. Orange are good. Oranges are good oranges. I have FLAC. I heard this song. No, I'm pretty sure I've had FLAC stuff. I know. I say that now. I can't even find them. How about that? That's how it always works. DG says, "Hey, Z8phyR, how are you? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream, my friend. We're doing good. Just creating. I'm sort of like doinking around right now. Um, let's see if I have. Yeah, I do for some of them. Some of them I don't. Um, it's just like FLAC exports are just big, so that's the reason why I don't do it like constantly because it takes up a lot of space, like on my hard drive. If I keep, I do it anyways, but it typically can. So just let me know, my friend, and I'll be happy to hook you up with some of those. What would we be if we don't use something ambient, like a river or a waterfall or something? Yes. Would I really be Z8phyR if I didn't throw one of those in there? Right when the vocals hit, we just want like some waterfall sounds to come in. You know what I'm saying? Waterfall sounds. That's what we need. That's what the world needs. Is some waterfall sounds. Calling it. Try to stick it in the background here. Open up the stereo for it.